So help me answer this very simple question. I want to help me type it in the comment section. Is it possible for your life to change completely financially in 30 days? If you believe it's possible, please type yes in the comments. Fantastic. 30 days. Is it possible that your life changed like positively financially in 30 days? Now, the second question. If you make more money than you are currently making, let's say 10 times more, do you think your life will be better in the next 30 days? Please give me double yes, yes, yes this time around. Let's say whatever you're making right now, you are just able to add just 1 0 to it. Do you think your life will be better if you're able to do that? So I'm going to ask you another critical question. But before then, let me make a very interesting clarification on something. To be able to make money legitimate way, you have to add value to somebody or a group of people who perceive what you are adding to them valuable enough that they are willing to pay for it. Is that clear? You need to be able to add value to either a person or a group of people who perceive that what you are adding to them is valuable enough for them to pay for it. Is that clear? Now, for you to be able to add value to anybody, you must have value in yourself. Is that clear? So, let's assume you make food and you give to someone who is hungry and the person pay you for the food. Have you added value? Please give me an answer. Have you added value? Did you get paid? Okay. If somebody have an event to go to and they don't have the kind of clothes required for that event, and you are selling the exact kind of clothes and you know about the person, and then you sell the clothes to the person and the person pays you, have you added value? Did you get paid? Fantastic. To add value to someone, I'm still going to ask you the main question. I'm coming. To add value to someone, you have to be able to solve what we call an economically viable problem for them. An economically viable problem for them. So when you solve problem for somebody, they pay you for that solution you provided. I'm coming. Now, for you to be able to provide value or to create solution, you need to have value in yourself first. So the big question, therefore, if it is possible to increase your income, like you answered yes earlier, and the volume of value you have to offer is what determines the money or the income you make, is it therefore possible to increase your value so that your income can increase? Give me your answer now. Is it possible to become more valuable and your income will increase? So, are you saying that your current income is a measure of how valuable you are? Hello? Are you saying how valuable you are right now is what determines your current income? We are all different. We are different age, different exposure, different background, different income, different level. And at every level you get to, you need to be able to do this evaluation. What is my current income? Is this income a reflection of the value I have? Am I satisfied with this income? If I'm not satisfied with this income, can I grow this income if I increase my value as a person? If my value as a person increase, can I therefore add superior value to people so that I would get a commensurate income tied to the kind of value that I'm adding? If these questions give you a yes answer, then growing your income is not the focus. Increasing your value as a person is the focus. Because the more valuable you become, automatically the more income you get. The more valuable you become as a person, the more income you amass automatically. And there is no limit to when you have to do this evaluation. Like today, I spent a couple of hours walking about my own life. I'm close to 40, and I had to do a reflection of what I've been able to do, which is very bad, because one of the biggest trap that a man or a woman can go through is to judge your life's progress by what you have done in the past. It can cripple you and put you in this delulu land where you think you are something, and all you really have is past glory of what had happened before. What is supposed to drive your life is a clarity of what you want to achieve. Life should always be lived forward. Whatever you've done in the past is only a testament that incredible things are possible if you work hard at it. It has no other contribution than to just let you know that miracle, what others will call miracle, can become your lifestyle. Your past is only a proof of possibility. It is not the fuel for the future accomplishment. It is not. It has absolutely nothing to do with what you can become or what you can do, what you can achieve. So I was thinking about my life, and I've had some successes. I'm extremely grateful for them. I've had more failures. There are some of you here that you have done business with me and it has failed. Yes. Some of you here that I'm owing because we've done business together and it did not work. Yes, many things I've tried that didn't work. And I've also tried things that worked. So now look at where I am today and judge what my life is supposed to be based on the successes or even the failures that I've had in the past is to self-sabotage. So the only thing that I can do for myself is to say, what assets do I have? And I'm talking what is between my ears, my mind, my brain. That's the only asset. That's the only real asset you have. Every other thing that is outside your body can be taken away. You can lose it all. Anything else, you can lose it all. But this one that is in between your ears, your brain, it's always going to be with you as long as you're alive. Hence, what assets do I have? So I got to write it down. And I said, the goal when it comes to income for a man is to build a system. For the kind of system I have to build, I have to determine it. Okay? Let me give you one of the ones that I'm working on. One of them is real estate. And I will only mention that one. There are other ones. Now, to be able to build real estate, there's a minimum required amount that I need to start. That minimum amount is called capital. So, in order to raise the capital that will start the system that I want to build, I need to improve my value. All right? So that I can render superior value to people who will pay me enough money to raise the capital needed to build the system. Please, are you following me, guys? If you're with me, give me 111 in the comment. If you're understanding, give me 111. Okay, fantastic. So let's continue. System building is the goal. Please write it down. Type it. System building is the goal. System building is the goal. Type it for me. Because I need you to remember, so I need to be mentioning this. System building is the goal. Good. Now, what does a system mean? System are whatever it is that generates cash flow for you with or without your direct involvement. Whatever it is that generates cash flow for you with or without your direct involvement. Whatever it is that generates cash flow for you with or without your direct involvement. So what we want to do with our lives so we can enjoy every bit of it, since it's cuckoo temporary, is to be able to have all the things we want, to enjoy all the things we want to enjoy with the people we want to enjoy it with, and be able to add value to people who will keep talking about us even when we are not there. Huh? To be able to do this, we need a certain of resource. And this resource is monetary because it's either what money we buy or money itself. To be able to get that, you need systems, not just one, as many as you desire, but at least one, which are engines that generate income for you with or without your direct involvement. The less direct involvement you have, the more premium your system is. So that is the goal. Okay? So we backtrack to where we are today to create value people are willing to pay for so that we can raise the minimum required amounts to build a system that pays us for the rest of our lives and even afterlife. Please, do you understand? So to build a system is your goal. But you have to determine what system do you want to build. I wrote some down for myself today. One of them is real estate. So let's use that real estate as an example because it might be something you might also be interested in going forward. To be able to build in real estate, what kind of real estate are you looking to build? What is the minimum amount required for you to start? So you need to write it down, do the research, be very clear. When I'm talking real estate, I'm not talking about buying one plot in one bush that some real estate sellers or what they call them brokers force down your throat with big promises, and 30 years later, that land still does not have a gate. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about cash generating real estate. Something you put money in, maximum 2 years, start to bring income for you. Commercial real estate, rental real estate in places that are viable. Places where Airbnb is a thing. You could even have people manage it for you. I've told you a story of one of my friends 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? 2024 is 2 years now. Time is flying. Oh my God. 2 years ago, this guy called me to his office. His office is one of the most expensive buildings in VI in Lagos. So he called me there and he said, Sam, he said, you cannot build Africa with African money. The same way Europe was built with African wealth, we can only build Africa with money from outside of Africa. So let us go outside of Africa, make the money and bring it back to Africa to start to build. He said he's trying to raise 3 billion, I think it was 3 billion US dollars. And he's imagining how many people can he talk to in this Lagos to give him $100 million that will be able to shake body and drop it, except maybe institutions. He said, but in New York, he could easily talk to just one guy on Boxers. And the guy will make such an amount available. Silicon Valley, or this, like there is money that will build Africa has to come from outside of Africa. And then he told me a story. He said 3 years prior, 3 years before, there will be about 2021, himself and some of his friends wanted to invest in real estate. And only him decided to take his money to Dubai. I've told this story before. Some of you might probably have heard it. And his friends decided to invest in Lagos. You know, they were buying land. All this real estate boom. Some of these major guys that you know in Lagos, of you are from Nigeria, are the kind of people that I was talking about. So he bought is it 2-bedroom now? I think it's 2-bedroom apartment off plan in Business Bay. Interestingly, I've been to that apartment before after it's completed. I've been there. Very lovely place. It has Burj Khalifa view, which means that thing will print money in December January, that's Christmas, New Year period. Oh my goodness, it will print mad money. People pay as high as $10,000 a night to have Burj Khalifa view. 31st December into 1st of January. It's that crazy. Now, 2 years after, which was 2023, sorry, they handed over the property to him. And when they handed over the property to him, he bought the property for 2 million dirhams. Excuse me. And at the rate of, let's do some calculations so that this thing will make a lot of mad sense to you. At the rate of 170 naira to dirham, he paid 340 million naira was what he invested. All right. As at the time they were handing it over to him in 2023, it was 2 years after, the property was valued at 2.8 million dirham. Capital appreciation between off-plan and delivery was 800,000. Now, here's a crazy thing. The representative of the property developer that went to hand over to him asked him, are you willing to sell? I have a buyer for 3 million dirhams. Did you hear me? And he said he refused to sell. Now, 3 million dirham is the worth of that property 2 years later. Now, he put it on Airbnb for rentals. And in 1 year, that property generated a profit for him, according to him, a net profit after he has paid the property manager, all the bills, everything has been removed. The final stuff he got in 1 year, which was in 2024, he was talking to me, was 100,000 dirhams. So if he doesn't do anything anymore, he gets 100,000 dirhams every year from that property. Now I'm going to blow your mind. Between 2021 and 2024, Tinubu happened to Nigeria. I will leave the details of that. But here is one of the consequences of Tinubu and APC. The value of Naira dropped from about 400 to 500 to 600 Naira to $1 to, as at that time, I think about 1,700 Naira to $1. And around that time, a dirham was about 480 Naira to a Naira. 480 Naira to dirhams. That's Dubai money, yeah? So let's do a little calculation. If he exited the investments in 2023, not 2024, because in 2024 would have appreciated a little bit. Let's even say he didn't appreciate at all. He remained at 3 million dirhams, which was the offer they gave him in 2023 as handover. And he wants to convert the money back to Naira at that time. How much did he invest? Who was following me? Let me see who was following. How much in Naira did he invest? When he was investing in 2021, who was following me? Give me in the comments. Anybody? How much did he invest? $2 million dirhams at 170. That's 340 million naira. 340 million. Now, if you now do the exchange rate of 480 times 3 million, how much are you going to get? 1,440 million. That is investment has appreciated in Naira by 1.1 billion. That's 1,100,000,000 extra. 1,000,000,000. Oh, goodness. That's if he hesitated at that time. But he didn't hesitate. He'd rather put it on renters. Now, calculate his renter at that time. 480 times 100,000. That is 48 million every year. That's what he gets. If you divide that by 12, he's getting 4 million every month. 4 million every month. Either he sleeps or he doesn't sleep. Whatever he does, he's assured that he's getting 4 million naira every month. Guess what happened to his friends who invested in Lagos? They opened big estates, collected money from people at a certain amount, and they were going to begin to build the estates. Tinubu happened. Naira price dropped. Cement price went up. All the imported stuff they needed to do, the price tripled. They could not finish the building. They start to reallocate, and some of them became P1 real estate company. I'm not saying P1 is one. I'm just, some of you will relate with that. And a lot of them started bleeding cash. They were in terrible debts. See, battle. A lot of things happened. But he was riding. So he now says, what if he can do what he did with OPM 1,000 ways in the Middle East? Not just in Dubai alone. Just imagine that. In 1,000 ways, we are talking about 4 billion per month. Passive income, 4 billion per month, passive income. So you have to be very clear and sure the kind of system you want to build, the kind of real estate, if you're using, I'm using real estate as an example now, the kind of real estate you want to get into. So when you are thinking, don't think about buying that land in Alekuwodo. It will not bring you anything. Okay? You have to be very clear on the things you can do. In Kenya, you don't even need to buy the property. You can rent a property for, let's say, 60,000, and you furnish it, and then you can rent it out for 150,000. That's about 90,000 profit. It includes service charge. You probably only need to pay internet bill, maybe Netflix subscription, and then the cost of the interior, of which the interior is going to last you within 3 months or 4 months, you break even with whatever you spend on the interior. So it's become pure 90,000 profit every other month. How much is 90,000 in Naira for those who do not know? That is about 1.1 million. I have a property in Dubai. I was making, what year was this? 2022. I was making net profit, $1,000 a month from that property. $1,000 a month net. So anything I do, somebody is there, they collect rent, they send my cuts. Simple as that. So there are multiple things. You can go do your research, find which one you think you love, that looks good to you, less stress. The money doesn't have to be plenty, but it's make sense money that makes sense and is consistent, is predictable. All right. Just if it's not plenty, just do multiple ways. All right. And that's just all you need. But that's not where you are starting from. You identify all of that. You are clear about it. Remember, realize is just one system, just one. There are a lot of other kinds of systems that you can build. And once you do that, you now find out what's the minimum amount I need to start this thing. Then you now come back to reality to now ask yourself, to make this money, how long do I want to give myself? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years? Great. If it's 5 year, what is the expected annual income I need to generate? Then after you have done that, what volume of value do I have to add to myself so that people will be willing to pay me this kind of money in a year? And then that now brings you back to your daily activity, adding value to yourself. So what's the first thing you need to do? Skill. You need to acquire relevant skill. A lot of you have skills already, and if you're part of Nexa, there is 10 to choose from, or let's say 7 to choose from. And you can stack skills. And after you have done that, this is why I'm doing this teaching and I'm about to close, because I just want to provoke you to go and think. What can you do in 30 days? What can you do in 30 days? I'm proud to announce to you that the 30 days challenge on Nexa is now ready for you. I have also added some incredible things to the 30 days challenge. And I'm also going to be adding some more things going forward. And it's something you can actually go through every day, answering the 4 questions. Start, stop, more, less for everything you are learning. So the question is, beginning from today, the 15th of March to the 15th of April, can you give yourself that discipline that you are going to go through those 30 days videos and the tasks, because it's not the video, it's the task, and follow those tasks religiously? Like one young man here from Ghana, the guy's he's been impressive and he's already seeing results. And it can only get better because he's going to keep on improving because he's been following the 30 days challenge religiously. So my question is, can you improve the value you carry so that someone is willing to pay you in 30 days? Remember, if you don't have motivation, the minimum requirement to build a system, that money you want to raise in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, should be your motivation. I know how much that I'm looking for, that I need to make. See, some of you have more money than me. Right now, I am at 0. I am in debt. Owing a lot of people. Some of you are part of the people I'm owing. Some are insulting me. I am using it as food, drink water. It's part of the story. Why? Because I've done a lot of things that didn't work out. I learned incredible lessons, some in a very bitter way. But the reality is, this is my own new ground zero. I have a target of what I must achieve in the next few months. And I have exactly all the things I need to do in order to achieve that minimum required amount in that time frame that I've set for myself, so that when I get that and build the system that I want to start with, which I'm not going to tell you, I can come back and relax knowing that something incredible is going to happen. Those of you who have followed me, I have given you one other systems before, I think on this same Sunday Income Masterclass, where I said I showed you compound interest, yeah? And I said you need to find out total amount you want to spend per year and raise 10 times that amount and put it in financial markets. Yeah, that's the word. Like S&P 500 in the US, Dangote stock is coming. It's a good way to triple your money within a year. That's for those who have the ability to do that. So position yourself for that. So there are different kinds of stocks, but S&P and some mutual funds are great. In 3 months, they pay you some very good percentage, about 7 to 10%, sometimes more. And even if all you get in a year is 10%, if you put in $2 million and you're getting 10% every year, sorry, that is $200,000 per year. How much do you want to spend? How much do you want to spend? Which car you want to drive, who you know if you buy? But the reality is, how long will it take you to raise $2 million? Okay. If $2 million is the height of what you want, what's the minimum you can start with? As a matter of fact, you can start with $1,000 and start to prepare. So your first $1,000, can you work towards it in 30 days? And when you get it, don't use it to upgrade lifestyle. Put it into your system ambition. Okay? Put it into your system ambition and go back and work it again and again and again. And it will shock you how fast you can save up $1 million if you are consistent. I need to say this because I know somebody needs to hear it. Don't upgrade your lifestyle yet. You don't need it yet. Until you raise your minimum required amount to build your system, try to keep everything as minimal as possible. All right? Always ask yourself, this thing I'm about to pay for, is there a cheaper version of it that will still give me similar output? This thing I'm about to pay for, is there any way it's directly or indirectly contributing to my ability to make money? Just ask yourself. All right? So it's as simple as that. You got to look at it. You got to look at it. Some of you, call your landlord tomorrow, get a refund, and go and squat with somebody. Just for the next 1 year, till you meet up with your minimum required amount. Don't do guy man until you have raised the minimum. You will be the one to determine the minimum, all right? Based on what system you want to build. And I've defined a system for you as something that brings cash flow, consistent cash flow for you with minimum or zero involvement from you. And I've given you two. I've given you financial markets. I even give you mutual funds. I gave you S&P 500 in the US. Those are two examples. I give you real estate. Financial market is cheap. Please, whatever you put in the financial markets is not, I'm not saying go and carry your money and give forex traders or go and learn forex. You'll be entered forest at the end of the day. I'm not bashing forex. Forex is part of the things I will still do, but there's a way we do forex. If you are going to do forex, make sure you are targeting 10% in a year, not 10% per day. There's no way you would trade targeting 10% or 20% in a year that you will lose money no matter what happens. Does anybody agree with me? If you know about forex, yeah, please. If you are targeting 10% a year, will you lose your money? Will your money go? Will your money blow? If you know about forex, tell me. Am I right or wrong? If anybody here knows about Forex, if you're targeting 10% in a year or 20%, let's just even stay at even 20% in a year, you will not lose your money. Because whatever capital you have versus the lot size that is targeting 20% in a year, you will always be safe. No matter the dip or the rise, you will not even eat stop loss. But do you know what is out there in Forex? Hi guys, my Lamborghini. I just put $30 in for Forex and I turn it to $3 million in 1 month. Subscribe, click, and join my class. Let me teach you. That's what you will see. And the greedy everything I'm sharing has zero to do with greed. A simple system, process. Yeah. So if you are greedy and you go to all those Lamborghini driving idiots out there and you go and pull your money, you will cry. Okay. So Forex is great when you know proper risk management and expectation management and greed management. So it's one of the tools that can guarantee you 10%, 20%, 15% per year. But if you're trying to make $1 million before you are 25, you will cry. Oh. Take it from somebody that have lost money in Forex. I've lost my money. I've lost people's money. There's a guy. There's a guy in Nigeria that if I mention the name, all of you will know him. His songs blow, gospel singer. All of you know him. All of you, I bet. The guy is owing me several millions of naira because he used to trade Forex. And we carry people's money, invested with him. Money enter Forex. Still dead since 2018. This is what year? 1 kobo he has not been able to pay. So I know what I'm talking about. So if you're going to do, don't. I know what I'm going through. Every morning I wake up, there are messages. I need my money. You are a thief. You are a this. My goal on this class for the rest of the year is to teach you things that you can easily relate to, things that you can apply. And I am being sincere with you. I am at my own stage where I'm redefining the process of my finance. And what I just gave to you is the blueprint. I need a system that brings money even without my involvement. To build this system, I need a minimum amount called capital to enter and build the system. To build this minimum amount called capital, I need to look inside and improve my value so I can add value to people that are willing to pay for my value, and I raise that capital to start my system. So many things have to be on hold so that I will be able to put everything I get into the capital creation so that I can put it into the system. There are things I could have been able to do if only I had followed this process 1 year ago, 2 years ago. But my head was everywhere. I was trying to solve this problem, create this, do that, dealing with depression at the same time because of so many things that I cannot say in this class. See, I am still making money to some people's level. I'm not set. That's the reality. Because where I am in my own, I remember something when I was an undergraduate. I went to a church in Lagos with my friend. So we were seated and they had the guest minister that came to preach, Pastor J.T. Kalejaye of Redeemed Church. It was a Redeemed Church in Ojudubega. So he was the guest preacher that day. And while he was preaching, he made a statement that made me tap my friend and say, yeah, I like this kind. So he said he was so broke. And then he called his wife to write one check for 2.5 million, to write another check for 1.5 million. Now, when I was an undergraduate, 1 million was a lot of money. Hello, did you get? Mhm. So it's more like he's saying they are so broke, they don't have any money. And he told his wife to write a check for 50 million, another check for 30 million. It was like that. So, so, so I tapped the boy. I say, hey, you are broke and you're still writing almost 5 million in check. That's like 100 million of today. Ah, I want this kind of brokenness. You understand where I'm going with this? So, levels day this life, but whatever the level is, it's not about the comparison, it's about your reality. So, in my own reality, this is the best. Given everything I have within the time frame I set for myself, I'm not going to tell you my time frame, you set your own. And in this time frame, I have a target capital I want to raise. So I'm going to give it all I can, add more value to myself, create a lot of value for people who are willing to pay for the value. And whatever they pay me, I keep on accumulating it towards the capital I'm raising. And the moment I get the minimum capital, so I'm not talking maximum, I'm saying minimum. So the moment I get the minimum, I put it in the system. I don't stop. I go back to the same thing that raised the minimum. While the initial minimum has started to work, I am raising the next minimum so that I can top it up and compound. And while that number two batch is running, I go back again, keep on running the same thing until I get to a point where the return from my system can pay for my basic living expenses. And then I retire. Can happen in 1 year, can happen in 5 years, can happen in 10 years. It has to happen as fast as I want it to happen personally. Same thing with you. Same thing with you. Same thing with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if there's anybody here who would like to talk to me about this plan. Say, Sam, this plan is great. I'd like to talk to you one on one. I want to explain what I'm going through, my life and stuff. No, I created something a few minutes before class tonight, and I think I should give you guys the opportunity to enjoy it firsthand. I want to do a 3-month mentorship for 50 people. I'm going to put it in one of my programs, so it's not a public thing at all. It's only for people inside my program who have already paid for a program that have access to it. And because most of you have already paid for Nexa, so you probably qualify, but it's not in Nexa, by the way. So what would happen is I'm going to do a one-on-one call on Google Meet with you once a month for 3 months. So the first month we'll have a meeting. We'll look at everything about your life, give you recommendations. You go and work with it. And then you come back the second month, I'll evaluate what you have done, adjust what needs to be adjusted, and you go back to implement. And then you come back the third month. After these 3, you should have enough blueprint and clarity on whatever it is that you want to do. So regardless of where you are, normally I do 1 year for 10 people at $1,000. But this time around, I'm doing for only 100,000 naira, 3 months, just the first 50. So if you think you need this and you are sure you are ready for it, please send me a message on Instagram. So I just watched you on YouTube in Zoom. I want to be one of the 50 people for your 3-month mentorship. Just 100K. Send me a message on Instagram, and then somebody's going to attend to you and give you all the guide that you need to get it. All right. It's going to go into a program, but for now, I want you guys to be participant of it. So in case you want to be part of that, please go to my Instagram. My Instagram is Sam Harvard _. Okay, Sam Harvard _. So go and send a message. I watched you on something. I want to take a part in that. And then somebody's going to give you what you need. Let me see if I can type the name. How did they used to do that again, Seth? Do they used to do that again? I need um is it you? Okay, it's not you. I think it's this one. So this is text. So the text is going to be, so this is the thing. So for those of you who want to, so yeah, that is the Instagram stuff. So go on Instagram, send a DM if you want to be one of them. So let's see how many people wants to do that. So fantastic. 30 days challenge is ready. The We're going to be focusing on all the skills that have not been fixed so that we can fix all of the stuff that needs to be fixed. And what's the next thing that we want to do? There's some adjustments coming to Nexa. We are going to be having what we call starter pack on Nexa, where you are able to pick only one skill and the 30 days challenge. Instead of having access to all the 10 skills, you will have access to one and the 30 days challenge. And you are going to be paying only you're going to be paying only $30 for that. Yeah, which is about 43,000 naira. So for that. So I think that's just what that is going to be about. You're going to be getting new funnels to be able to get all of that done for those of you who are affiliate of Nexa, and so many beautiful things that are coming up this week. So most of the skills that are not completed will be completed, so that you'll be able to get access to that. Muraf Ibrahim, please send me a message on Instagram so that I can look into what your challenge is. All right. Okay. I think that's all for now. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week with better announcements, more incredible stuff. I think some hands are up. Who are these people raising their hand? Hello, Shadrach, Billions, and Sunday. Shadrach, can you talk now? I think I see your hands up. Hi, Shadrach. Good evening. Please go ahead. Which course are we talking about here? The courses on Next are available. There are just a few modules. There are just a few modules missing, which will be added this week. The focus was to finish the 30 days challenge, which is now ready. So all the missing modules will be added this week. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So by next week, you will see a lot of updates. By next week Sunday, you see a lot of updates on the skills. Yeah. All right. So there is Sunday. Hi, Sunday. Oh, hello, Sunday. Please unmute. Good evening, sir. Thank you, sir. Please go ahead. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. What about it, sir? Okay. Ignore it. Ignore it. Okay. Yes. Okay. I don't understand what you mean by I don't understand what you mean by is dropping. Okay. Okay. It can't drop. It can maybe it didn't grow is what you mean. Like let's say you used to have 100 views. So now you are now having 2 views, 3 views. Is that what you mean? Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Okay. If it's shorts, if it's YouTube short, just make more shots. Okay. Forget about a shot. One shot can have 0 view, and that one will have 1 view, and the third shot might have 30,000 view. So that's why we cover those with volume. Number two, look at your top performing shots. Remake those kind again and again. Look at what happened the first 3 to 5 seconds of the one that is top performing and try to replicate that style again and again. Do you understand? So that's how you do. So don't expect every video you post to go viral and get no. It's volume we use to cover it. I mentioned a strategy for you in the introduction, which I'm going to teach later this week by God's grace. I should be able to get that out for you guys. Is to release 20 to 30 short form videos every day. 20 to 30 short form video. I'm going to try and get one of my girls that is doing that. And these are not even AI generated videos, by the way. She's currently on $6,000 every month. Is it every week or every month? $6,000. What's it called? YouTube sends 100,000 subscriber plaque to her today. And she's doing 20 to 30 videos every day. She edits it by herself and she's busy with office work, with so many other things. In the night, 2 to 3 hours, she has finished all those 30 videos. Them. Why is my video hanging? Can you all still hear me? Okay, my video. Okay, I'm back. So that strategy works. So all you need to do is do volume. Your volume will overcome whatever challenge you're having. All right. So you see that talking to me no, guy, you have to go and pay. You cannot. You have asked 2 questions. See that talking to me one-on-one now is better for him than if it was just general class. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So go and send me a message on Instagram so you can take one of the slots that is available. All right, thank you everybody. I have to go now. We have tried for today. I'll see you all next week Sunday. Sam
It's glitz on the bit.